Hi there. So I got to thinking, who am I? What am I? When am I? What is life? Am I a fucking monkey? Is that all I am? A fucking hairless monkey on skates? So I started digging around. I wanted to find my ancestors. Where did I come from? So I dug deep. I found my ancestors. I want to show them to you. Let's take a look. It all started in the year 3900 BC. Meet Kalulu. She's so pretty. She's with a handsome young man I can only assume is my grandfather. They were voted super duper cutest couple that year. This is where my lineage began. She started it all. Not long after this, Kalulu gave birth to Raymond. Raymond was very good at crossword puzzles. He actually invented the broom. Before the broom, people had to tape their bodies up with double-sided tape and roll around on the ground to pick up dirt. He saved people a lot of time, and his invention led him to fame and fortune where he met his wife Shelley. Shelley was a drop-dead gorgeous woman. So gorgeous that Raymond actually suspected that she might be cheating on him with Walt. Walt was the lead guitarist for Guns N' Roses before they became famous in 2300 BC. Some people didn't like that he always looked you right in the eye when he played, so he was thrown out of the band. When Shelley gave birth to their son Ahmed, Raymond's deepest fears became a reality. Neither he nor Shelley played music, so the only way that Ahmed could have got the musical gene was from Walt. So they split up. Ahmed's main life achievement was playing the tuba in front of 13 people after a barbecue. Ahmed was constantly followed around by groupies after that night. One who captured his heart, Lisa. Lisa's the black girl in the back. Her beauty mystified him. She was the first woman to show her calves in public. All the men wanted her. They ended up getting married and had a son named Lamar. Lamar was a lazy son of a bitch who refused to work. His parents kicked him out of the house when he turned 18. His last words were, "I'll show you, Mom and Dad. I don't have to work to survive." He died 8 minutes later after drinking some puddle water. I actually thought this is where my lineage ended, but in the year 1574, this photo was found. This is Megan. She's one of my great aunts. She was a whore. If you met her, chances are you slept with her. She ended up giving birth to many of my ancestors, including Brandon. Brandon collected stamps and in his spare time built Lego statues of George Washington to sell on eBay. He actually never had a date until he turned 35. He was set up by Becky. Becky was the town matchmaker, and she was the person to go to if you wanted to find your true love. Once he got laid for the first time, he turned into quite the Casanova. Although he had one of the smaller penises allowed by law at the time, it never dampened his enthusiasm. Eventually he settled down and had a child. This is Penelope. Her beauty reached that of legend late in high school when she paired up with the hottest guy in school, Don Da Vinci. Don promised her the world, everything she could have ever wanted. He swept her off her feet, but they were soon on the run because in order to keep up with all his promises, Don sold a lot of crack to nuns. In 1847, he was finally caught by Garrison, an undercover cop with a bad attitude. He arrested more people than any cop of his time, but he finally met his match when he met Leonard. Leonard was an acupuncturist who played a mean game of crazy eights. He was always one step ahead of the game. When Garrison came to arrest him, he anticipated this and put a drop of poison on the back of his neck. He knew that Garrison always kissed the back of the necks of the people who he arrested, so it was only a matter of time before he kissed himself to death. Leonard lived out the remaining years of his life alone and never married. So that's where I thought the trail ended. But then I found this photo. This is my grandfather. It actually looks a lot like... Wait a second. If that's my grandfather, that means that Kent is